is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebonade 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi Ekezie every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebonade 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com. FM every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Yes, our polity is still heated up that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to postpone his birthday, his 72nd birthday. That will show you how far, things are going on in our political space this afternoon. That the senator representing Newi, Senator Ifeanyi Oba, is not capable of, delivering Anambra to APC come Anambra gubernatorial election. At the same time, the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nyesom Wike, has lambasted persons he described as a political harlots in Rivers State, saying he will continue to defeat them. It's about time for political views on Ebonade 103.5 FM. I remain Martin Ifeanyi Ekezie. A lot is happening in our political space, so let me bring you up to speed on the happenings. the headlines. And what we have for you on the headlines today is State Police Attorney General. Edo PDP chairman's abductors demand 500 million naira ransom. Suspected herdsmen kill 6 farmers in Nasarawa community. 100 governor clarifies. 137 school children, not 287, abducted in Kaduna. Governor clarifies. Tinubu opts for low-key 72nd birthday. Arase questionable corpse killings. SANU, NASU resumes today after warning strike. You can't deliver Anambra for APC, APGA tells Oba others. I'll continue to defeat political harlots in Rivers, says Wike. Now, details. Now, the first story we have for you this afternoon on Political Views on Ebola Day 103.5 FM. Channel for Justice, Lawa Pedro San, says the state is fully ready for the state police and only waiting for the whistle to be blown for the creation. Pedro made the statement in an interview with newsmen on the sidelines of the 10th Ramadan lecture organized by our Islam Old Students Association on Saturday in Lagos, titled Economic Insecurity in Nigeria, Islamic Solutions Council. They also recommended changes to the constitution to allow for the creation of state police. Shetima at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja, last Thursday. In the same vein, the Lagos AG have also always maintained that the security of this country will be addressed by having state police or community police. We are talking about ready for state police. I can assure you of that because we have our own Lagos State neighborhood safety corps already in place and fully kitted and ready with even body cameras. I think we are ready to go in Lagos. If any state is ready, I can confirm to you today from what Governor Babajide. And the next story we have for you this afternoon borders around, Governor Deputy Bikring. Today, we have Ayedatiwa Akinterenwa campaigners Bika over billboards destruction. Ahead of the April 15th governorship primary of the All Progressive Congress in Ondo, the Wale Akinterenwa campaign organization on Sunday alleged that the destruction of these billboards by thugs are suspected to be supporters of Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. Both Akindatiwa and Akinterenwa are among the APC governorship aspirants in Ondo. In a statement on Sunday by a spokesperson, Mr. Shegu Ajiboye, however, the Lucky Ayedatiwa campaign organization foot soldiers through his Mr. Kayode Fasua denied the allegation, describing it as a falsehood and a ploy to drag the name of the governor in the mud. But the WACO, which recalled that many of the Akinterenwa's billboards were allegedly displayed Governor vowed of the late Olua Rotimi Akeredolu, while the governor vowed to bring to book those behind the heinous attack, bring the name of our great party into the plotting how to exploit this situation. Again, we want to use this opportunity to urge the leaders of APC in Ondo State and at the national level to caution Governor Ayedatiwa before he destroys the party in the state. We also call on all security agencies, including the police and the DSS, to ensure the safety of supporters of other aspirants and their properties across the state. Still on the stories making rounds at political space this afternoon, Edo PDP chairman's abductors demand 500 million naira ransom. Abductors of the Edo State chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Tony Azewini, have reportedly contacted his family members demanding 500 million on March 15th at around 11 p.m. and was going home in his vehicle when he was waylaid and kidnapped in the presence of his driver, who was attempting to climb a speed breaker. A family source who spoke on a condition of anonymity disclosed this on Sunday to journalists in Benin. The source added that the abductors made contact with his family, have contacted the family of Tony Azewini, and they have demanded 500 million naira ransom. I don't know what the family members are doing to raise the money, or if the party PDP is doing anything to assist them. When contacted, the state police public relations officer SP Shede Mabuzo said the police were not aware of the ransom demand. I'm not aware of any ransom demand. And the next story we have for you, maybe because of under reportage, 137 school children, not 287 abducted in Kaduna, governor clarifies. Governor Obasani of Kaduna State has clarified that 137 school children were abducted on March 7, 2024, from Kuriga in the Shikun local government area of the state. The government, it was not 287 school children, as was previously reported during an appearance on News Politics. There rescued all the kidnapped children from the clutches of the bandits. He said those numbers were just the figments of the leader. I shouldn't bother myself about figures and numbers. I met with the families of the children, and they confirmed to me that the numbers given by the military are the correct number. The school children were abducted from 87 students have been successfully rescued. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. Stream us online via MixL. Have for you this afternoon is Tinubu opts for Loki's 72nd birthday. President Bola Tinubu has said his family, friends, associates, should not host elaborate events on his 72nd birthday anniversary. His statement yesterday in Abuja by his special advisor on information and strategy, statement March 29, 2024, that day will be another important milestone in his life. At occasions as this, it is customary for family members, friends, and associates to celebrate him in different ways. As the leader of our country, President Tinubu, in defense to these challenging times, will not host any birthday event and does not want any of his behalf or in his name. Yes, it also says that President Tinubu appreciates the honor of being the leader of Africa's leading nation. Goodwill advertorials to kindly donate the money to charity organizations in freeing our children kidnapped in Kuriga's birthday to reflect and rededicate himself to the task of building a more stable, more secure, very prosperous, and united Nigeria. Still on the stories making rounds at political space this afternoon, suspected herdsmen kill 6 farmers in Nasarawa community. No fewer than 6 persons have been reportedly killed by suspected herdsmen in the Kadako Bay Azea community in Kadako on Friday. Suspected herdsman confirming the incident to our correspondent on Sunday. The chairman of the herdsmen invaded Abi Azia area of Kadako around 4 p.m. on Friday and unleashed mayhem on the people of the area. The attack escaped with gunshot wounds. He identified the victims to include a clergyman, Pastor Kinsey Oshase, who he said later died at a hospital. The herdsmen attacked them, resulting to the death of 2 persons. However, we heard that one of the herdsmen was also killed in a reprisal during the attack. At the moment, the killer herdsmen have invaded internally displaced persons have fled to communities, including Giza, for refuge. We are appealing to the state government to urgently look into the matter so that we can have adequate security in the area. As of the time of filing this report, efforts made to get the reaction of Nasarawa State Police Command proved abortive as the state police have phone calls. And the next story we have for you this afternoon borders around, agitation. NFIU exposes the financing channels of IPOB, including the indigenous people of Biafra, through crowdfunding, betting platforms, and online counter financing of terrorism department. The NFIU, identified as a vast network of IPOB affiliates spread across 22 countries. These 7 entities under the name and the IPOB name, with the US and UK leading the pack at 7. IPOB maintains a bank accounts internationally, receiving funds from various $160,000 are being funneled to transmission, media, and broadcasting companies in Bulgaria, South Africa, and the UK. The NFIU analysis identified the leaders' addresses and mobile phone numbers abroad, along with information on 53 other individual enforcement agencies for further investigation. They are broader terrorist financing tactics beyond IPOB. One example involving a betting platform simply identified as XC, which filed a suspicious transaction report on a cost to high-risk area using credit cards. Transactions declined due to exceeding limits and then used alternative methods to travel. The terrorists then attempted suspicious transfers exceeding €1,000 to a local charity with potential links to terrorism. These transactions, along with others for lottery goods and escort services, raised red flags. They identified key indicators of terrorist financing and urged law enforcement agencies to investigate transactions by individuals linked to known terrorists or financiers. Unauthorized tax collect flags are multiple cash deposit terrorism, strengthening. And still on our political space this afternoon, Arase questions Commissioner of Police competence over Delta Imo Corps killings. The chairman of the police service police in Delta and Imo states, following a wave of assault against, were also Nigerians who deserve the support, encouragement, and protection of the citizens. This was revealed on Sunday in a statement signed by the spokesman for the commission, Ikechukwu Ani. Armed assailants. The police were said to be in Delta over the disappearance of their colleagues in the Ohoro forest. This was followed by another attack on police operatives attached to Mopol 18 Owerri, Imo State, where 2 operatives were killed on Saturday by governments in some states across the nation have become well to avoid these huge police casualties. The commission had more than a fair share of these ugly developments in recent times and called for integrated intelligence policing. He condoled the family of the slain officers and said time come for state command commissioners to rise occasion while he enjoined the serving officers not to be the force he's known for to off this new wave of assault. He stated. And the next story we have for you on our political space this afternoon is you can't deliver Anambra for APC. APGA tells Oba in the state. The spokesman for APGA, Tony Olisa Mbeki, stated this on Sunday while reacting to calls by Oba that Anambra had during distribution of palliatives to members of his constituency on Sunday. The distribution of the palliatives came at the end of a colloquium themed the marginalization of Southeast Zone and integration into the palliatives distribution to reaffirm his resolve to be part of APC, adding that the party meant well for Ndibo and should be joined by others who have not done so. He said Anambra has stayed too long. I urge all the beneficiaries of these palliatives to put them to good use. The time has come for Anambra to connect in politics as a means to fast-track development in the state. Come 2025, we will deliver Anambra to APC. Also speaking, the Ebonyi State Governor Francis Nwifuru, represented by his Deputy Governor Patricia Obila, said the party was solidly behind Anambra State, noting that the mammoth crowd present at the stadium was an indication that Anambra would be victorious under APC. Present at the event to witness the empowerment program as part of the LP stated. Story we have for you this afternoon takes us to Rivers State, and it says, I will continue to defeat the political powers in Rivers, says Wike position in the National Assembly and his appointment as the Grand Patron of the Boys Brigade Nigeria. The ceremony was graced by the Speaker including the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martins Amewole, among other dignitaries. Wike recalled how he came under pressure in 20 have presented as his successor. He said Chinda was not like other